So good morning everyone. Welcoming you all to today's webinar topic of cost estimation using CostX. So we are Infinity PMC Solutions Private Limited and this webinar is hosted by IPMCS in association with Vellore Institute of Technology. So today's agenda will be a small introduction to BIM, so which we have already seen yesterday, overview of cost estimation and its process, quantity surveyor and the roles and responsibility in construction industry, Costex and its features, benefits of Costex, role in construction industry for a quantity surveyor, and live demonstration in Costex. So BIM is building information modeling. So integrating our project information to a 3D model is what the process of BIM workflow. So we have a 3D model and we have a database related to our project. So database which includes site related database, topographical data, contour data, project planning and scheduling, project costing, project maintenance cost, operations cost and operational details, etc. So when these database are linked to a 3D model, which is a graphical model, and that is what called as the BIM workflow. So we all know about 2D BIM, so which is the 2D drawing, second dimension of BIM, and 3D BIM, third dimension of BIM is linking its height to a 3D model is what called as a 3D BIM. And yesterday we had a overview of what is 4D BIM, and today we are going to concentrate on the 5D BIM part, which is linking our project cost and estimated budget to a 3D model. So cost estimation is a process of planning how much a project require to spend throughout its entire life cycle, say right from its land acquisition till the planning stage until completion of its project and handovering to client. What will be the cost incurred at each and every different stages of a project? That is what the process of cost estimation. So when we do a proper cost estimation, we can save money in our project. So by doing a cost forecasting, we can reduce the overspending in our project. So cost management is a process of estimating the cost, allocating it to activities, project activities, and controlling the cost for each and every activity in a project. So we'll have a clearly defined planned cost, and while our project is started executing, we have to control the cost so that it doesn't exceed the planned cost of our project. So it again indicates we have to ensure our project remains within budget while it doesn't with not affecting the scope, quality and performance requirements of a project. And once a project is completed, upon completion, we have to do a comparison of the planned versus actual cost, and this comparison will be done at each and every completion, each and every milestone of a project. And at the end, we'll get a cumulative comparison of planned versus actual cost, and this comparison helps us to provide a benchmark cost for our future project. So here we have a pie chart which represents the project construction cost, how it has been spread out through the entire project activities. Say out of everything, 36% and 38% is incurred by construction materials and construction labor cost. And apart from that, if we see 6% is incurred by the equipments and fixtures of a project, 2% by project management, and another 1% each for permits and fees and surveys, 11% for contractor profit if our project is being handed over to our contractor, and 5% for contractor overhead. So this is a rough figure of how a project cost will be spread out in our entire project construction activities. So we have different types of construction projects. So right, we'll start with a category of residential. So residential project, which includes construction of apartment, high-rise buildings, villas, row houses, etc. And commercial projects, which includes construction of malls, hospital buildings, etc. Institutional projects like schools and college buildings, industrial projects like factory buildings, heavy civil projects, which includes our infrastructure projects like metro projects, bridges, roadworks, and environmental projects, which incurs a sewage treatment plant, construction of water treatment plant, etc. So in all these different construction projects, there is a project life cycle which starts from the feasibility stage. So irrespective of the sector or the type of the construction project, this will take place in all type of the project. So it starts from the feasibility or the initial stage of the project, and from which it moves on to the pre-construction stage, and further it moves on to the construction stage. Next comes the post construction, and finally it will be the handover stage. And in all these stages of the project, we'll be calculating cost. And what type of cost will be calculated? Let's have a clear view. So first we'll start with the feasibility or the planning stage or the initial stage of the project. So at this stage, first category a company will be looking on is economic factor of the organization. So when an organization is planning to start a project, they will be looking upon the economic factor, which indicates the organization will be looking on whether the organization has a proper fund or the budget to execute the project, and whether they have ample resources for execution of the project and to work for the project. So once they are clear with the economic factor, they will start with the soil investigation of the project, and they will also cross check the utilities availability. Utilities availability is checking, cross checking what are the availabilities, like if it is a construction project, what are the nearby areas, and what are the nearby facilities available for transportation, for purchasing, etc. And with that they'll be preparing a business case, so to spread it in the market about their project. Project execution plan will be prepared. Project this will be at a broader level, so this is an approximate plan. And we'll be preparing a strategic brief for a project, and at this stage we'll calculate a cost which is called as an indicative cost or the approximate costing. And this cost is also called as an R0 or preliminary budget for a project. So this will not be a detailed cost. So it is again a rough costing for a project to have a clear idea what will be the nearby budget for a project. So this is called as an R0 or preliminary budget. And next, when we move on to pre-construction stage, here we'll receive detailed design drawings for all the activities in our project, say like a structure drawing, architecture drawing, plumbing, electrical drawings, landscape drawings, etc. So with this detailed design drawings, estimation engineer or a quantity surveyor will start calculating the quantities required for the project. Say if we are for a footing, they'll calculate the quantity of concrete, shuttering, etc. So this will be carried out for each and every activity in a project. And at this stage, our land survey would have been started in the project, and project team will also be appointed. And we'll again create a project execution plan. And this level will be a detailed execution plan, means a detailed schedule. And once this detailed planning schedule is approved by the management, it will be saved as a baseline schedule. And this baseline schedule, we have to make sure our actual execution dates doesn't get deviated with this baseline schedule. And the quantities will be calculated by the quantity surveyor, which in turn will be applying the present market rates and will calculate the detailed estimates with applying some contingencies for our project. And this detailed estimate cost, what we arrive is what called as an accurate cost, because it will have the clear cut cost what will be incurred for each and every activity in a project. And this is again called as an R1 or detailed budget. And in a construction project, this R1 or the detailed budget is an important costing, because at any stage of the project we shouldn't exceed the R1 or detailed budget of the project. Say our project we have arrived at 2,500 rupees per square feet for a project, just for example. And whenever we are executing each and every activity, we'll be having a detailed breakup for each and every activity with this detailed budget. So our execution cost and the detailed budget activity cost shouldn't get exceeded. So our execution cost should be within our budget, detailed budget or R1. So this R1 or the detailed budget plays a very major role in a construction cost of a project. And next, when we move on to construction stage, Here our site establishment would have been done, means our execution would have been started, and we'll be monitoring the project at each and every stage, and change control will be done. Change control in the sense, say when we are executing the project, there will be n number of changes for a project. So these changes may be due to design change, or maybe due to site execution team request change, or maybe due to material change. So there may, or maybe due to methodology change. So there may be different kind of changes that may occur in a construction project, and whatever the changes are happening, we have to calculate the cost of impact for each and every changes. And this impact cost shouldn't make us to exceed the R1 or detailed budget what we saw in the previous stage. And this is what called as a change control management. And at this stage, we'll also do risk management. So risk management is predicting what type of risk may occur in a project in future and in the present, and if it occurs, what type of necessary preventive action to be taken by the project management team. So that will be taking place in this stage. And as site execution will be going on this stage, a billing engineer will be calculating the actual executed quantity, and he will bill the material cost with the present market rates. So at this stage, the cost which is calculated is called as the as built cost or the as constructed cost. At any stage or at any cost of the project, this as constructed budget of a project shouldn't exceed the R1 or the detailed budget which we saw in the pre-construction stage. So this will be the main responsibility of a cost manager to monitor the cost of a construction project while execution at each and every stage. And once our project construction is completed, we'll be doing there will be a post construction stage. So post construction stage would have been continued with the completion certificate. So at this stage, a project would have been received with a completion certificate and occupancy certificate. And once the occupant starts residing in the project, we'll be doing a post occupancy review, and this post occupancy review will be done at an interval of 6 months. Say right today date we are handing over the project to clients, and from today and after 6 months we'll do a post occupancy review, and from that 6 months again at a regular interval of 6 months till 3 years of handovering the project, we'll be doing the post occupancy review. And why this post occupancy review is required? Say once our construction project is completed with some defined methodology, if some defects or some flaws has happened in the construction, say we had a crack in some wall, or say we had a crack in some particular column, so we have to repair the defect. To do the repair, what is the cost incurred? So that cost is called as a maintenance cost. And this occupancy review will help us to calculate not only the maintenance cost but also to have an idea. So we have implemented a particular methodology in the construction for this project, and if this methodology is having some defects, what kind of alternative methodology can be adopted in a project. So those kind of comparison will also can also be done with this post occupancy review, so which will be taking place in the post construction. So this cost is called as a maintenance cost. So this again will be linked to a 3D model if you are working on a BIM estimation tool. So quantity surveyor in the construction industry. So a person who calculates the cost and who figure out the cost of a construction and who controls the cost will be the quantity surveyor in the construction project. So we'll be estimating and monitoring the construction cost of a project from the initial stage till completion of the project. They'll also be preparing the bill of quantities with the design drawings and specifications, and which will be used by the contractors for tendering and progress payments. And quantity surveyor will be closely working with internal and external stakeholders of a project. Who are called as stakeholders? Stakeholders are the persons who presence of the stakeholders will make a negative or positive impact in a project. The stakeholders are the important persons in a project. Their presence may have positive or negative impact. And again, what is this external and internal classification for stakeholders? Say internal stakeholders or the people who directly will be associated with the project. So they will be directly working for the project. Let's take for example architect, finance person or the accounts person, quantity surveyor, project management team, structure engineer, mechanical engineer, plumbing, electrical persons, site engineer, labor who works for our project, vendor who supplies material for our project. So they are be closely associated with the project. And again, what are called as external stakeholders. External stakeholders are people who are not directly associated with the project, but still their presence can make a positive or negative impact for a project. So the category of external stakeholders will be government authorities who approves our projects and will be issuing the approval certificates for our project, and local residents of our project. Say if it is a construction of residential projects, we have to look upon the local residents or the people who resides in the locality. They are called as external stakeholders. So these people are not directly associated with the project, but still their presence can make a negative impact also. So that is why they are also called as a stakeholder, and they are again come under the category external stakeholders. Valuation of design and quantity changes is also the one of the main role of a quantity surveyor. So whenever a design changes or the quantity changes is happening, what is the impact of cost for the design changes in the construction project? So that will be the main role of a construction quantity surveyor. So how will a QS and a project management team work? So a project management team will be taking care of the entire construction of a project, like scheduling, risk management, value management, time, quality management, scope, program, procurement management. Whereas a QS person will take care of the pre-contract and post-contract work of a project, contract management, quantity takeoff, and calculating the contract estimate for a project, valuations, variations, tender management, and if any disputes occurs, they have to do a dispute resolutions also. So they are also one of the part of a project management team. So QS person is again associated with the project management team. So they are also one of the member in a project management team. So this slide explains about the project life cycle stakeholders. Say when we start with the feasibility stage, people who are all involved in the project, a client or owner of the project, architect of the project management team, which includes QS, finance advisor. And when we move on to the pre-construction stage, again client will be involved, architect, project management team, local authorities of the project. And at the construction stage, client will be involved, architect, project management team, vendor who supplies material for our project, contractors who take care of the laborers who execute our projects. And when we move on to the post construction stage, again client will be involved, project management team, and occupants of the project. So if we commonly see in all the four life cycle stages of the project, a project management team is involved at all the four stages. So here a project management team includes a quantity surveyor. So a quantity surveyor is the person who takes care of the construction cost from the initial stage till the project handover stage. So quantity surveyor is a main person who takes care of the construction cost at all the life cycle stages of a project. So departments where a QS persons are involved: estimation and tendering department, cost control department, procurement department, client billing team, subcontract billing team, and variations and claims team. Opportunities for QS: in they'll be designated as a QS in commercial and residential projects, under infrastructure projects like airports, roads, railways, bridges, tunnels, etc. Environmental projects like water treatment, sewage treatment plant, and other commercial projects like sports centers, community buildings, etc. And when we move on to a public sector project, again power plants construction, transmission, distribution, electrification, substation construction, and in under oil and gas projects like pipelines, floating systems, etc. So QS will be having a variety of opportunities in various type of construction project. So one of the estimating software which is towards 5D BIM is what Costex. So 5D BIM is construction costing. So when we link a project cost to a 3D model is what called as a 5D BIM. So Costex is one of the 5D BIM solution. The Costex is a complete software which utilizes 2D and 3D BIM for an estimation purpose. So Costex is a flagship product of Exactor, which has been acquired by RIB. It is a leading construction estimating software used internationally. It utilizes advanced electronic takeoff technology. We can accurately generate quantities from both 2D and 3D models in Costex. We can also prepare our complete estimate for our project, tender estimate, and BOQs for our project. So we call Costex as an integrated tool because we can have our 2D drawings or 3D models, which is a source for our project, and we can do our quantity calculation inside Costex. We can also have our rate list for a project, which includes material, labor, and equipment rates. And if any design changes or model changes is occurring, we can also integrate our changes in Costex, and we can prepare our entire project estimation inside Costex. Features of Costex: 2D measurement, BIM takeoff, auto revisioning, estimating workbooks, and report writer. In addition to all these features, we have a subcontractor comparison feature also. So in Costex, we can do a contractor comparison quotations. So Costex is interoperable with multiple softwares. Say when we are using a drawing, 2D drawing in Costex, Costex supports files like AutoCAD, DWF, PDF, JPEG, image files like JPEG, PNG, TIFF, GIF, etc. And when we are using a 3D model or BIM model, Costex supports two extensions. One is IFC, which is a common data exchangeable format for a 3D model, and DWF extension, so which are extensions available in Revit and Navisworks. So Costex supports models from Tekla, ArchiCAD, MicroStation, Revit, Navisworks. And once our drawing or model is imported, we have a dimension view module to calculate our quantities. And we have a rate library access where we can include our master project rate list. Even region wise, we can include our rates because our rates will be differing with different regions. Say Chennai will have a different material rates and uh, labor rates. So if we take for Bangalore or Mumbai, again our rate will be varying. So we can have a region wise rate list in Costex, and we have a costing view where we can create our cost plans, BOQs, and estimates with rate analysis. And we can prepare a report of our estimate, which can be exported to a PDF, Excel, RTF, image files, Primera, etc. So this indicates we can streamline our entire project estimation process with Costex. When we are using a 2D drawing, we can measure length, areas, and counts in just a few clicks. Quantity takeoff in Costex. We can do our structure quantity takeoff, architecture takeoff, interior and fit outs quantity calculation, rebar or reinforcement quantity takeoff, MEP, landscape, and other infrastructure works. So 2D quantity takeoff, Costex supports 2D file formats like AutoCAD, PDF drawings, image files. Even if we have a hand-drawn sketches, that can also be taken as an image, and we can import that into Costex. So even with the hand-drawn sketches, we can, if the drawing is not in scale, we can calibrate or we can scale the drawing inside Costex. So this is achieved through a faster on-screen takeoff methodology in Costex from a 2D drawing. So now we'll have a look of how quantities can be taken inside Costex. Okay, say I have taken a PDF and an AutoCAD drawing for today's session. So this is an AutoCAD drawing. So before starting with the calculation, we have to check whether the drawing is in scale or not. For that, I'll use a measure distance. So I'll just take a small measurement of 0.22, which indicates our drawing is not in scale. 0.22 meter is being represented as 200 meters. So to calibrate the drawing, I'll use this calibrate x-axis option. We'll directly calibrate x-axis 0.22 meters. So in this way, I can scale my entire drawing. So it is not mandatory to know your scale. So instead, you can manually calibrate your drawings inside Costix. So once I have calibrated the drawing, so this is an AutoCAD drawing. So this will have layers which will be carried from AutoCAD. So you can also make use of these layers. You can make it hidden, or you can make it active. Say these are my fixtures. If you want, you can make it active. These are my wall. So like this, we can make use of our layers. And now I'll just show you a quantity takeoff of a wall. Say I'm going to calculate the wall area for a 100 mm block work. So to calculate the quantity, I'll create a dimension group. The dimension group is nothing but predefining what we are going to measure and what we are going to calculate with a predefined formulas. So I'm going to measure the length of the wall from the drawing, and default display, I want the wall area. Height of the wall I'll mention here as 3 meters. And under measure dimension, I'll mention the wall area formula as length multiplied by height. I'll update. Now to take the quantity, I'll just click on the wall inside Costix. So it will gives me what is the length of the wall. As we have already predefined with the height and formula, it is giving us the area calculation. So the same way, you can choose your entire wall here. So now I have calculated the entire wall quantity for this family room. So its quantity is 63.50 meters square. And now we have windows and doors which needs to be detected from the wall quantity. For that we have again a negative option. So I'm choosing this negative, and I'll use this point mode, and I'll directly pick this window, and by default its height will be measured as 3 meters. We can change the height also. Say I'm changing its height to 1.5 meter. And even we can also mention the sill level for the window. If the drawing has been mentioned the sill level of the window, we can also change its offset. Say 1 meter from ground level. The same way, you can also detect the other side of the window. You can make use of the height. So if you see, before our quantity was around 63 meters square, and now when we detected the windows, 2 windows, it is showing as 58 meters square, which automatically detected the windows by just we picked the lines of the window, and it automatically detected from the calculation. So this is how we can do a wall calculation, and the quantities are highlighted on the drawing itself, and we are taking our quantities by tracing our lines or area from the drawing directly. This is called as an on-screen takeoff method, and there is less chances of missing a quantity from calculating, because as it is highlighted in the drawing, we'll be getting to know whether we have taken all the walls or areas into measurements. So now to find out the area for the floors, just add a dimension group, mentioning it as floor tile, measurement type as area, and default display as area, and I'll insert. So now to find out the area, I'll just use a shortcut. Even I can measure the irregular areas easily. So the area of this particular family room is 29.17. They say same way when I want to measure this bedroom, I'll use a shortcut. My areas will be getting measured easily. So when your AutoCAD drawing is having a polyline inside your drawing, it can be easily traced out in Costix. The same way when we want to count the doors and windows, just create one more dimension group, mentioning it as doors, measurement type as count, and default display as count. So now I want to measure, I want to count the bedroom doors, which is 820. So I'll use a shortcut. So, and this again, when an AutoCAD drawing is being drawn using the block editor option. So where our doors will be created as different blocks. Say I may in a drawing, I may have different doors which ranges from D1, D2, D3, D4 like this. So all my door D1 category in a drawing is categorized to one block, and D2 if we have some 5 different number of D2, and everything to be categorized in an AutoCAD drawing as one block. That can be easily counted in Costex. Say I have 820 door. So I'll just use a shortcut. If you see my in my drawing 820 doors wherever I'm having is being counted here. So totally I'm having 8 numbers of door in Costex. I mean in this particular drawing of 820 size. So this is how we can easily count in Costex. Now we'll just take an AutoCAD a PDF drawing. So I'll make use of a PDF drawing. So now again this PDF drawing is exported from an AutoCAD. This again contains the layers which are been in the AutoCAD drawing. See, we have layers here. If I want to hide any layers, I'll just click on the layers. And if I'm going to calculate the quantity for footing. So I'll just select the footing dimension group. So along with the footing concrete calculation, I have also included the shuttering quantity. So volume calculation formula they have applied as I'm going to directly measure the area of the footing, from which I'll apply in formula as area multiplied by height. And for shuttering, I will make use of the formula as length multiplied by height. So this length indicates the perimeter of the footing. So whenever I'm measuring an area, I'll be notified with the perimeter of the measured area also. That perimeter multiplied by height gives me the shuttering quantity. So I'm just updating here. Now to take the quantity, I'll just use a, so I'll measure the areas easily here. So which will give me the area, length of the footing. Here length is perimeter of the footing. Height I have mentioned in the dimension group, and shuttering quantity. So likewise we can, if I'm having, this is an F1 type footing. If I'm having F1 type 10 numbers in my drawing, when I'm getting to know from the schedule, I just directly use this modify change multiplier to 10 numbers. So now you'll get an idea quantity for one number of footing and for 10 numbers of footing. And if you are not being indicated in your footing schedule with the number of footing, you can easily count also. So I'll just make all layers to be visible. Now I'm going to count the F3 footing in my drawing. So F3, I have the schedule of the footing, what is its length, width, height, etc. With that, the same formula I have applied here. To count, I have an auto count option. So auto count is more useful for PDF and JPEG files. Using this auto count, I'll capture the image of what is need to be counted. Say F3 I'm going to count. So I captured it, and I'm going to search in my drawing how many number of F3 footings are available. So this auto count will be more useful when you're being calculating the quantity with the JPEG or the PDF file. So almost done. So it will give us the exact number of F3, how many number of footings of F3 category is present in our drawing. So now if you see, it has brought out the results which indicates 4 number of F3 footing. So here we can see the result 4 numbers, and in the drawing also it is highlighted in green color. So once you are search and you can give a save accepted. So you'll get to know. So quantity of F3 footing have 4 numbers. Volume of concrete for 4 numbers is 8.66 meter cube, and even the shuttering quantity is 18.24 meters. And the same way, if you want to calculate the column concrete, Again, we can create a dimension group mentioning column quantity, area measurement, volume to be displayed, height of the column as 3 meters, and shuttering of the column you can include here. See, shuttering unit is meter square. So insert. So now I am measuring the column. So you'll get to know the area of the column, volume, and shuttering. The same way you can. So you can measure your entire columns. And if in case you want to say C2 column is having a different height. So now I want to calculate I want to change the height of the column. So directly I'll do modify, change height as 2.5 meters. And even the height you have changed that can be viewed in a 3D. Under drawings, have view in 3D. So this option is more useful when you are calculating quantities from a 2D drawing and you want to see your quantity in 3D, right? You can use view in 3D. So you can easily identify these two columns are in same height and this is in a different height. So you have a view in 3D option for 2D drawings. And even just before we have calculated quantity, block work quantity, so even that can be viewed in 3D. So which will show us the deductions of doors and windows. So here you can identify we have deducted a window. Here also we have deducted a window. If we just turn it around, we have windows here also. And we have not deducted the windows. So this way you can cross check your estimate easily with this view in 3D option. So now we add a view of how to do a quantity takeoff with the on-screen method using the AutoCAD and PDF drawing inside Costex. Now we'll move back to the presentation. So next is including our master project rate list for our project. So we can include our rate list region wise inside Costex using the rate library access. And even we can include the rate analysis. So rate analysis is calculating the unit cost for each and every activity. Say I'm going to do a concreting. What is the cost for doing 1 meter cube of concreting work, which includes labor and materials. The same way for shuttering. What is the cost for doing 1 meter square of shuttering, which includes material and labor charges. So likewise, we can create a rate analysis inside Costex. And once our rate analysis part is done, we can create our project estimate with rate analysis. And our project estimate in Costex is live linked with the drawing and rate files. Say a quantity inside the estimate is live linked with the 2D drawing. Let it be a PDF or AutoCAD or let it be a 3D model. It is live linked with our drawings or the model, which is a source for our quantity calculation. And the rate are linked with the master rate file of our project. And this live linking is a unique and key feature in Costex, which cannot be achieved through our conventional estimation working, say like working with AutoCAD and Microsoft Excel. So this live linking will be a great benefit for an estimator to track their project in future also. So what is the benefit of linking the quantity to our drawings? Say whenever a design is changing, or whenever we feel we missed out a wall or beam or footing to calculate the concrete quantity, so we can directly go on to the drawing and we can directly trace out the area or length of the particular footing or beam, which will be automatically reflecting inside the quantity column of our estimate. So we don't have to measure and we don't have to input it again. So this will be a great benefit for the estimators. And again, rates, when it is linked with the rate library, so whenever there is a change in rates, so today we are working with the present market rate for cement, and that cement rate is being changed after 2 months, and that cement rate will be linked with each and every activity. Say if we take plastering or block work, brickwork, tiling works, so all these works require cement. Cement is a major portion, major quantity for our calculation. So this cement rate, it has been linked with all other different activities in our project. So if the rate is being changed only in the master rate list, it will be reflecting in the entire project estimates by changing the rates to the present market rates. So that is why quantities and rates are live linked with the source of their corresponding files. So now we'll see how to create this estimate. Say I have created an estimate quantity takeoff here. So I have a costing view. I'll go and I'll add a new workbook mentioning it as estimate 1. So now to link my concrete, say I have calculated concrete. So I have 3 different sheets in Costex. The sheet what we are seeing, this one is a cost sheet or the abstract sheet. So if we double click inside the column, we'll get a different sheet called as quantity sheet, where we can have a quantity breakups inside. Say I have double clicked on the quantity sheet. So now I'll just take the concrete quantity of all the 3 inside. So our total concrete quantity is 20 meter cube. So 20 meter cube, its unit is meter cube. In the same way, shuttering, footing shuttering, and I linked the column shuttering also. So now inside quantity sheet, I just include the footing shuttering. Just by dragging and dropping inside the sheet, I'll select shuttering here. So shuttering quantity is totally 47 meters square. Its unit is meter square. The same way for linking my, just drag and drop inside the quantity cell and I'll choose the shuttering here. So now I have linked my quantity. The purpose of linking is, say whenever you want to see from which drawing you have calculated this particular column shuttering. Because in a project, your drawings, you will be getting n number of drawings. So to find out easily, you can use the show source, which will automatically open the drawing from where you have calculated the quantity. So now this indicates the column quantity. And moving back to our estimate, say if you want to go with footing, right? Just give show source. It will open the drawing from where you have taken the footing quantity. So this is what will be missing in our conventional estimation method of working with drawing, AutoCAD drawing, and working with Microsoft Excel. So our quantities will not be linked. So our workflows will be eliminated, will not be there in the conventional estimation method. So as we have this linking inside Costex, so this helps us to streamline our estimation process. So let us say I have taken a footing here. I have missed to take the quantity for F2 footing. So now the quantity is 9.79. You can see in the estimate also. Say I'll move back to concrete. So 9.79 is the quantity. I missed out to take the quantity for footing, F2. So I'll just select the quantity from the drawing. So now quantity is increased, which will be reflecting in the estimates also. So this is what the advantage of having live link inside our estimate. And now we have block work here. So I'll just link the block work quantity. The same way I link the floor tile quantity. Now to update with the rates for concrete, I have an already saved master rate list inside Costex. So you can view the master rate under rates tab. So I'll select a rate library. I have categorized as material rate separately, labor rate separately. So I have an M25 grade of concrete. I'll just link the rate here. So it will give me the estimated amount for concreting works. The same way for footing shuttering. So I have already calculated the footing shuttering with rate analysis. Say 267 is my footing shuttering unit rate. So just by double clicking on it, I'll get to know what is a breakup for the 267. So which includes plywood, runner, props for shuttering, nails, shuttering oil, and labor charges for making an erection. This is my rate analysis. I'll just include this rate analysis inside estimate. So now it's been updated the same way for column shuttering. Again, I have the rate analysis, and this rate analysis can be brought inside the estimate just by linking directly. So now 254 is having rate analysis inside our cost text estimate itself with the material charges and the labor charges for column shuttering making. So you can also manually enter the rates. Say for block work, I'll just give a 750 rupees per square meter, and floor tile I'm giving us some 500 rupees per square meter. So now we have a total estimate of 1,76,000 for only concreting, shuttering, block work and floor tile of a small floor plan. So now moving back to our estimation, we have seen how the estimates are created inside CostX, and next feature is auto revisioning. Say when our drawing design is getting changed or updated, we are receiving a different drawing from the architect team or the structure team. So we can create a revision log inside CostX, so with which we can track our design changes inside CostX, and for those design changes, what is the cost of impact in our budget, that can also be seen inside. Let's take for example the same design. So this is a design. So now let's take, we have a structural and architecture drawing inside. So we are receiving a updated drawing for this floor plan alone. So I'll go to revisions tab. Here I'll create a new revision log. Revision log is you are maintaining a log of changes inside CostX. So I'll just create as revision to revision 1, so revision number 1. I'll insert it. So now here you can maintain your changes. So I'll update with the new drawing which I received from the architect person. I'll use this promote drawing. I'll give OK. So now I'll update a new revised layout. So this is my R1 layout, revision number 1. So once you updated the layout, this is R01. Once you updated your new layout, once you create your new revision log, you can see all your drawings, quantities, estimates, everything will be locked. Locked in the sense you cannot edit or you cannot update your changes unless until you have to check your changes. Say this house layout to R01, we have updated the new drawing, but still we want to cross check what is the changes between the two different drawings. For that, we can use this compare drawing. Compare the lines in CostX. So just drawings, I'll use compare to previous revision, match lines. So this is our drawing comparison. Can clearly see 3 different colors in our drawing comparison. So this difference indicates like blue color lines or the elements which we saw in the which you see in the drawing clearly indicates these elements remain same in both the drawings, whereas these red color elements indicates these elements are deleted in the newer drawing. Say whereas in the older drawing we had kitchen in this area and now it has been deleted in the newer drawing. The same way dining table was in this portion, it has been deleted in the newer drawing. And wherever we are seeing the green color elements or green color line, it indicates these elements are newly added in the updated drawing. So kitchen is being added here in this portion, and you can see family room wall which we taken in the previous drawing. It has been deleted in the newer drawing, and kitchen from this portion it has been moved to this portion in the newer drawing. So this kind of drawing comparison helps you to easily recognize what kind of changes has been done in your drawing. You can close your comparison window. Now we clearly saw the difference. Here family room wall is being deleted. So once you click on this wall quantity, just give S. You can see the 2 different colors which indicates your green and yellow line. So yellow line indicates the line which are not valid. So you can easily delete the invalid lines. So now you can easily select your new one. You can give accept all dimension. So now your quantity changes are been reflecting in the blockwork wall. So now you can include your new walls also. The same way when we go to doors, you can see whether any door changes, any invalid lines are there. If it is not, you can accept your dimensions. Floor tile, we see these two quantity we have taken. So this is a same quantity from the old drawing, and where this quantity is being changing, so you can just give delete all invalid, and you can select the new portion of your drawing just by selecting your new portion of the family room. So I have just selected the new portion, and you can give us accept all dimension. So quantities change here. So now we have updated the quantities compare for the new drawing. When we move back to our estimates, our estimated amount 1,76,000 remains same. You can just check out these quantities. 100 block work. This 58 is our older quantity, and as per our new drawing, it's been updated to 61. And floor tile is 60 is our older quantity, and 82 is the newer quantity. So to make this reflection automatically in our estimate, we can use this promote workbook. So it will be automatically reflecting in your estimate. So now the rate change, estimated amount from 1,76,000 has been increased automatically to 1,89,000. So this is about BIM part. So now, sorry, this is about 2D drawing part. So now let's make a move to BIM. So whenever we are using a BIM model inside Costex, Costex supports models from Revit, ArchiCAD, Tekla, SketchUp, and Navisworks. We can automatically extract the quantities from the model inside Costex, and whatever the quantities are not available inside the model, we can also create our customized BIM quantities in Costex. And again, whenever a design or model change is happening, the same way what we done for 2D drawing, we can compare two different models, and we can update our estimates easily with the BIM model. So now let us see how this is happening inside Costex. So now I'm opening a new model which is having new building which is having a 3D model. So now this is my 3D model. You can view the properties of the 3D model elements inside Costex. Say what is the element name, where it is located, what is its height, what is the structural usage, parameters like area, length, volume. The same way you can go to model view, you can filter your views. Say only you want to say the foundation, you can view it here. You want to see columns and slab. You can view, customize your view. Now moving back, show all objects. So now whenever you want to see a property, you can easily view that inside Costex. So this is what called as an information from the 3D model. So now to automatically extract the quantities within the BIM model, you can use import using BIM template. Select a template. So this template helps us to read the quantities available within the BIM model, and it extracts inside Costex for us to do our estimate. Open it here. So now quantities are being extracted inside Costex. It is almost completed. So now our quantities are extracted here automatically. Say you can see columns, foundation. So when we work with the 2D drawing, we created this quantities, whereas with the BIM model, it automatically gives us a quantity. And this quantity is again linked with the 3D model. So wherever you see the elements quantity, it is highlighted in the model also. The same way it is being highlighted in the 2D drawings also. So, and You can also generate an estimate automatically. To generate an estimate automatically, I'll go to workbooks tab. I'll use this generate workbook from dimension groups. So this estimate 1. Okay. So now whatever the quantities we have taken here, it will automatically move into Costex workbook. So if you see structural column, you can see the quantity inside quantity column. Floor, you can see the quantity of the floor slab here inside this quantity cell. So which we didn't link it, which is automatically been linked. So now for this foundation, I'll just apply a rate. So again, I'll apply the rate of M25 grade of concrete. Just drag and I'll drop it here. Just copy this rate. So now for this pile cap and pile steel pile, our estimated amount is 15,48,000. So we have the quantities also here. The same way when we are receiving an updated model from the structure team, so we have to create a new revision log. I'll go to add. I'll create a new revision 1. We can update the new model. So I'll just import it inside Costex, the new model, revise the structural drawing. So now we have updated with the new model. And once we update the new model, we have to make the comparison to clearly identify what changes has been happened. For that, we can use this compare drawing. Just give compare. Now you can see the same way we compared our 2D drawing, the same results can be obtained for the 3D models also. So now wherever we see the blue elements, again these elements remain same in our older and the newer drawing. Green elements indicate these are newly added in the revised or updated model what we received now. And the same way these red elements indicates they are deleted in the new model. The yellow one indicates there are some offset distance, that's all, but no major changes in the model. So with this comparison, we'll get to know what kind of quantities has been added or deleted. Now I'll just close this. So once you compare your model, you don't have to go and update your quantities. Instead, go to revisions tab. You have a promote BIM dimension option, which will automatically update your 3D model with new quantities. And using this, the quantities are getting automatically updated. So this is what the advantage when we use a BIM model. So now quantities are automatically updated here in the quantity column. And when we move back to our estimate, you can see our estimate is being locked and the older amount it is showing 15,48,000. If we see inside the estimate, so quantity is 63 meter cube for pile cap, whereas the new quantity is 60. Same way for 400 mm diameter pile, 73 is the older quantity and 70 is the new quantity. So now to make this reflect automatically in our estimate, we'll use this option. 15,48,000 is decreased to 15,31,000. Now we have updated our quantity easily with using the Costex workbook with this auto revisioning feature. So moving back to our presentation. So we have covered how to take quantities from a 2D drawing, which includes AutoCAD and PDF file, how to create our estimates with rate analysis, how to work with the BIM model, and how to make use of the auto revisioning feature for the BIM model inside Costex. So next is in Costex, we have an integrated report writer. So we can create our professional reports, which can also be customized as per our requirement inside Costex. So we can create tabular form of reports, graphical reports, etc. So universities which use Costex and where Costex has been included in their curriculum. So MyBIM, SIM University, Singapore, Polytechnic, and in India, RICS, Amity University, where Costex is being included in the curriculum for the students. And corporates which uses Costex for their estimation work, WT Partnership, AECOM, Gleats, Mace, Arcadis. So they are the cost consultants like Turner and Townsend. They are the cost consultants where they are using Costex for Indian projects and also for the overseas projects. The same way we have Indian companies like K. Raheja, Shapoorji Corp, Intech Infra. So they are also Quantum Realty, QTS. They are also using Costex for their estimation work. So Costex in real-time projects. So Sarova project, which is in Mumbai, which is being built by SD Corp. So this project has been estimated using Costex and Commerce Zone. So this is again a project, a business IT park. This is located in Chennai in Porur region. So this is done by K. Raheja, again which utilizes Costex for estimating the project. And GMR, which is one of the biggest infrastructure company for doing their Hyderabad International Airport project. They have utilized Costex for estimating the cost for the airport project. Benefits for students as electronic takeoff and BIM practice is going to be the standard practice in the construction industry. So Costex is a software which is a digital software for quantity surveyors, estimators, and construction management people. So it helps to upskill the students to upgrade their technological skills, and it is being used in over 80 plus countries by construction giants. And if we see it is being used in 10 plus countries in different colleges, and it has been included in the curriculum. So V Infinity PMC solutions are directly associated with the developer of Costex. So whenever a person completes a training of Costex with us, we'll be providing with a completion certificate, which is directly provided by the Exactel team, which is the developer of Costex. And this certificate also mentions the global accreditation of CPD hours, so which indicates the RICS CPD hours with accreditation of 2 hours and accreditation hours from Australian Institute of Quantity Surveyors and New Zealand Institute of Quantity Surveyors, each 2 hours. This makes a person to recognize globally for using Costex. So when we have an idea of Costex, we can shape our career path. So it has been used by different people in the construction industry. I mean, for different roles. So it can be used by a project estimator, quantity surveyor, cost engineer, cost controller, cost manager, value engineer, BIM estimator. So we are offering training services for Costex. So training services which include Costex fundamentals, where quantity takeoff from a 2D drawing and estimation for a 2D drawing will be involved. Costex advanced, which will be a BIM based training, and we are also providing a product based training because we have 4 different products in Costex, which is like Costex complete suite, Costex takeoff, Costex takeoff 2D for doing 2D takeoff, and Costex 2D like for doing estimations with 2D drawings alone. And we are doing a product based training for Costex 2D and Costex with BIM. And we are also providing a role based training like quantity surveyor for estimators, for contractors, and for senior management people. So when we learn a BIM based tool, which is a technological updated tool, will be recognized in the industry as a BIM engineer or 5D BIM engineer or 5D BIM consultant. So we can project ourselves to shine among other different people in the construction industry. So thanks for your time, participants.